Hello guys, now we are going to discuss about bioavailability, okay, in this absorption part. So what is this bioavailability? I am writing its definition. It is the fraction of given dose which reach systemic circulation. It means, see, if you take a drug orally and how much that drug reaches into your blood, obviously 100. See, I will give you an example for your better understanding. Just imagine you take a drug or the molecules of drug. Let us assume you take 100 molecules of a drug by orally or by your mouth. Okay, so in your body, from those 100, imagine 20 are excrete out. Okay, 20 are excreted. Obviously the all the 100 molecules won't be absorbed, some will excrete out. Okay, now from those 100 molecules, if you took orally 100, then 20 are excreted out. Then how much will reach liver? Okay, then in liver 80 molecules are reached in the liver. Then in liver, from those 80, 30 molecules are metabolized. 30 molecules are metabolized. Okay, now how much will reach into your circulation? 50. Okay, and these 50 molecules of that drugs is available to body for action. Okay, it is like biological available to the body for action or whatever the drugs function is. Okay, so see, we took orally 100 molecules. How many are reach in the circulation? Only 50. Okay, so this 50 molecules is the bioavailability of that drug. Okay, now why we are studying this bioavailability? See, it is very important to study in medicine. Why? Because see, if a drug have high bioavailability, that means high bioavailability. Okay, that means we needed that drug in low dose. Okay, and if a drug have low bioavailability, then that means we need that drug in high dose. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. If a drug have high bioavailability, that means you eat 100 molecules of that drug. Okay, and in your blood circulation 90 are reach. Okay, that means that blood have high bioavailability. Okay, so we need that drug in low dosage. Okay, but if a drug have low bioavailability, that means in the circulation, if you eat 100 molecules of that drug, only 20 or 30 will reach in the circulation, systemic circulation. That means we needed that drug in high dose to show its effect. Okay, now there are some factors, okay, which affect this bioavailability. For example, it's a common sense thing. Okay, if there is high absorption of drug, that means that drug have high bioavailability. Okay, now if a drug have low absorption, that means that drug have low bioavailability. Okay, now if a drug have high first pass metabolism. What is this first pass metabolism? This first pass metabolism, see, you took a drug orally, then it reached to your GIT. Okay, then liver, and then from liver it will go into your blood or whatever the result site is. Okay, now some drug is lost here. Okay, as you can see, some drug lost here. Okay, so the drug that is lost here in GIT and liver, it is known as like first pass metabolism. Okay, like how much it is metabolized in that liver. Okay, see, I will give you an example. If a drug have high first pass metabolism, that means it will metabolize in liver, a lot will metabolize in liver. And if a drug have high first pass metabolism, that means it have less bioavailability. Okay, and if a drug have low first pass metabolism, means less first pass metabolism, that means it have high bioavailability. Okay, there are some drugs who have very high first pass metabolism. So why we need this thing? To understand that those drugs who have very high first pass metabolism, we should not give those drugs orally. Orally means by mouth. Okay, now for example, some drugs who have very high first pass metabolism is like LPG. Remember LPG, like it's not very important, I'm just telling you, like L for lignocaine, P for propanol, G for glycerine. Okay, glycerine trinitrate. Okay, nitroglycerine, nitroglycerine, NTG, that is used in angina. Okay, I'm just telling you. that nitroglycerin used in angina, we should not take it orally because it have very high first pass metabolism. So we should give it lingually. We put it below our tongue. Okay, there is a lingual vein that will took that drug directly into your systemic blood circulation. Okay, these are the importance of this bioavailability. Now let's discuss something about like area under curve. What is this thing? Area under curve. Okay, for this first point, always remember which have 100% bioavailability. 100% bioavailability is of IV, intravenous. If we give anything IV, means intravenous, directly into your veins or directly into your systemic blood circulation, it have 100% bioavailability. Okay, now suppose area under curve graph. Okay, now plasma concentration of that drug according to time. Okay, so which drug have 100% bioavailability? In which form a drug can have 100% bioavailability? In which form? In IV, if you give it IV directly into that intravenously. Okay, so suppose this is the graph of that drug in IV. When you give that drug IV, area under curve, IV, intravenously. Okay, now it is a, by this way, area under curve, we will find the bioavailability of a drug. Okay, we check plasma concentration. First we give that drug IV, intravenously. Then we give drug by any other method. Like suppose we give that drug now by orally. Suppose orally. Okay, then obviously orally will have less bioavailability because obviously some drug will excrete out, some drug will be metabolized in the liver. Okay, so this is area under curve orally. Area under curve orally. Okay, now area under curve orally. Now how to find out bioavailability? Bioavailability is equals to area under curve orally or muscular or any other method, okay, divided by area under curve IV, because IV is intravenous is that 100%. Okay, so by this method we will calculate bioavailability of any drug. Okay, now there is one more term that is known as bioequivalent. That is not very important, but still I want to tell you for your further studies. What is bioequivalent? Okay, that means the drugs are biologically equivalent. Okay, for this I want to tell you something. Just write one definition of this. If two brands of same drug have almost similar bioavailability, okay, if two brands of same drug have almost similar bioavailability, these are called bioequivalent. Okay, for this bioequivalent I want to give you one example. Just imagine you give a patient aspirin. Okay, aspirin of suppose 150 milligram. Okay, aspirin of 150 milligram. Okay, and aspirin have two brands, like one is Ecosprin. These are two different brand. Okay, Losprin. These are different brands. Okay, different company. This Ecosprin have how much bioavailability? It have like 100 UG per deciliter. Okay, and this Losprin have like 90 UG per deciliter, or 95 or 99, whatever. Okay, so now there should be some criteria. Okay, like which drug can be bioequivalent? How much reach here? 150. Here reach 100. Here reach 90 in the blood circulation. Okay, so these two brands who have like very similar bioavailability of aspirin, these are known as bioequivalent. Okay, now how much a drug can be like same, like if two brands have same drug, have almost similar bioavailability, how much similar bioavailability can be? Like 1%, 2%, how much? Then in India, as it is plus minus 20%. Okay, so like here it's if it's 100 and if it's 81, then also these drugs are bioavailable. bioequivalent. Okay, but if it is like 100 and it is 70, then these drugs are not bioequivalent. Okay, and always remember one point why I am telling you this is, most of the drugs are bioequivalent. Most of the drugs are bioequivalent except phenytoin. In this, you cannot even change the brand. If a patient is stable at certain dose of phenytoin of certain company, you are not allowed to change it. Okay, now aspirin is done. Okay, I hope you understand this bioequivalent point. It's not very much important, but just I tell you for a further study, this bioequivalent. Okay, and write one more point, that some drugs have very high first pass metabolism. So to remember them, there is a mnemonics NIL, nil, by mouth. Okay, so N is for nitrates, I for imipramine, L for lidocaine, B for beta blockers. Okay, beta blockers, like give one example. Beta blocker is one example, propanol. You can write it, propanol. Okay, and M for morphine. So nitrates, imipramine, lidocaine, beta blockers like propanol and morphine. You should not give these drugs by mouth. Why? Because they have very high first pass metabolism. Suppose you give 100 molecules of these drugs orally, only 10 or 5 will reach in the systemic circulation. Okay, most will be excreted out or metabolized by the liver. So you should not take these drugs by mouth or orally. Okay, that's all for this part. I hope everything is clear. If you have any doubt, you can comment below. Thank you.